More than 5 years after recreational marijuana became legal in California, Sacramento County may soon see its first dispensaries open in unincorporated areas, but this is not a done deal. Marijuana dispensaries have been legal in cities, including Sacramento, for some time, but they're still not allowed in parts of the county outside the city limits.
Tomorrow, the Board of Supervisors is set to take the first move that could change that. KCRA 3's Orko Manna joins us live from Sacramento with those who say it's time.
Well, those in the cannabis industry say opening dispensaries in unincorporated Sacramento County would benefit companies and customers, but there are still several hurdles that need to be crossed before that can happen. The Board of Supervisors is meeting here tomorrow to vote on the first hurdle, a potential ballot measure to tax cannabis.
We have rose petal pre-rolls, sugar-free drink mixes, regular flour.
Camilla is a pot product-based manufacturing company. CEO Mindy Galloway tells me she's working on opening a dispensary in the city of Sacramento next year.
The dispensary is the point of contact and the place where you can make community and bring education.
Galloway wants to see more dispensaries outside city limits, saying they'll increase convenience for cannabis customers, and she adds they'll promote safer products.
The whole goal is to take people from buying from the unregulated market to the legalized market. I very much advocate for many different retail storefronts to open.
Currently, there are not permitted dispensaries in the unincorporated area of the county.
While that has been the case, the Sacramento County Board of Supervisors could be paving a path to change that. The board will vote Tuesday on whether or not to place an initiative on the November ballot that would tax cannabis and hemp business activities.
Retail, dispensaries, cultivation, manufacture, distribution.
Board Chair Don Natoli tells me if the initiative ends up on the ballot and gets more than 50% of the vote, it could open the door to eventually approving cannabis dispensaries in the unincorporated parts of Sacramento County.
It would allow the Board of Supervisors to come back at a future date, subsequent to the election, to then have a discussion about which of any of those activities we would want to actually permit and how they might go about permitting and regulating those activities.
Natoli says right now, Sacramento and Ileton are the only cities within Sacramento County that allow commercial marijuana activity. And even if the board approves dispensaries in unincorporated areas in the future, cities in the county can still decide if they want dispensaries or not. But Galloway says simply having this discussion shows how far cannabis has come.
I'm very excited for the possibility of more retail storefronts being available and open.
Now, to make your voice heard on this issue, supervisors are encouraging you to participate in public comment tomorrow. You can do that in person here, over the phone, or via email. Reporting live in Sacramento tonight, Orko Manna, KCRA 3 News.
Orko, thanks. If voters approve the tax in November, the proceeds would go to the Country General Fund, where supervisors will decide how to spend them. City of Sacramento cannabis businesses can now apply for rebates of up to $4,000 for the purchase of new or upgraded security systems. The rebates can be used to purchase systems to comply with the city's updated cannabis security requirements. The funds for the program are available through the local jurisdiction assistance grant from the Department of Cannabis Control. Funding is available for approximately 250 rebates of $4,000 each. The rebate program will remain open until all the funds have been used.